Hello Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel. I am Mariana and I will do the vibes inside for you today. So Sagittarius, I have actually done almost a reading for you, but I realized that the camera was really messing up the video, and therefore I'm now trying to make a different one, and I hope it will not be the same. The point of it, you could say the main message, I think, that came out in the previous reading. Now we'll see if it's the same. And I just start shuffling here because I have 4 new decks. If you haven't seen any of the other readings this time around, I have 4 new decks that I'm introducing, and I'm trying to just speak while I'm shuffling. So the point of the recent video I tried to make was that sorry, I'm just checking that it's actually doing what it should do, right? The point was that it seemed like that an energy wants to come in your life, of something very peaceful and calm and very but it may not be something that you recognize. There was cards on the table in the recent reading that that showed a sense of familiarity with that more calm and peaceful feeling. So this can come across in many ways in your life. This can be that you meet someone and they have this rather calm, relaxed, subtle tune or feeling to them. And when you do that, it's not something you recognize as trustworthy. That can be a thing if you grow up in a place where there is not a safe environment, where you can't feel relaxed, where you can't like really de-stress, where you can't sink into a sense of trust and just a relaxing arm, you know, like trusting that hug of a person, that there's always some kind of drama, or it always comes with some kind of unexpected turmoil or something like that. If you grew up in an environment like that, you would probably be on guard with people around you. And when you have that as a almost a primal instinct, if someone is very calm, if someone is very, very balanced somehow, very, they would like to bring that towards you, but you may feel that it's a threat. Like you may regard it as a threat because it's not something you're used to. You're not used to it. I saw an invitation in the previous reading that talked about recognizing the shadows within, like diving into the lower world and becoming acquainted with your shadows, acquainted with your fears. So if someone wants to hand you something very calm and actually very good, you may reject it because it's not something you... Usually there's a price, right? Usually there's something to be there's a price to pay or a mountain to climb or something. Otherwise, it can't be that easy. It can't be that, I can't just, people are not just handing me something, or it's not just coming in, like, it can't be that easy, right? There has to be a test, or I have to conquer something, I have to do something. Otherwise, it can't just be that easy. Then if it's that easy, it's probably not trustworthy, right? That could be the feeling that there has to be a struggle to it. There has to be some kind of punishment or pain to it. Otherwise, it can't be real. It can't be something I can trust. But maybe it is. Maybe it is actually something you can trust, and therefore it is real to you. That is one of the messages that kind of came through. But I also believe that there's a reason why my video was messed up. Maybe there's a secondary message. Door to value. As a flyer here. Maybe you're standing in front of a door of value. Meaning that if you somehow are able to open it, you allow it to just open. Something can come in here. It could be the feeling of self-worth. It could also be the feeling that you are actually opening the door, that you are on the brink of something, to open the door towards something very abundant here. Right, but you have to open the door. You have to trust it. You have to trust the offer or the opportunity, perhaps, right? The door to spirit. Now I have also door to spirit. So maybe the door of spirit and door of value is the same door, right? It could be that you are asked to choose between a door of spirit or a door of value. So do you concentrate on a door of value that has to do with money, perhaps, status, ego identity, or do you choose a door of spirit? If you choose a door of value, it could be that that's the traditional way, right? That this is, we work hard and then we will have some kind of result of it. If you choose the door of spirit, it would say trust in the divine to bring you what it is that you want. But then you have to trust and surrender your own ego. You have to trust and surrender all kinds of claims that you would normally pursue in this world, right? Maybe you are asked to choose. I don't know, Sagittarius. Maybe you are asked to choose. What is it you want? You could say manifesting maybe the new abundance in your life, but still holding on to a lack mentality. Like, I want all this abundance in my life, and I'm trying to attract it to it, but I'm still holding on to some kind of lack or limitation. So there's this, what do you want? Do you want one or the other? But there is, the price you could say to pay is to relax, is to trust that you can manifest it. But you have to let go of the limitations, or you have to let go of the old ways of achieving something that requires a lot of doing, a lot of taking action, a lot of like climbing the mountain, a lot of overcoming hurdles and whatever. That there is a way to exist that is not like that, where there is less effort, where there is less work, where there is more peace and more balance, and that you can manifest the things that you want. I'm still kind of figuring, I've heard this so many times. I know many people talk about it. It's just, I may still have this, oh, can I trust that? Is that real? Is that a thing? Can that really be? Right? I get the feeling that it's like Spirit is asking you, what world are you in? Are you in the one world or the other? Choose what you want. So, I have 4 cards on the table. These are not the same cards as I had before, but I am still leaning a little bit towards the previous reading. It talked about, and I had that very calming sense of feeling that something wants slowly to come in and bring a sense of peace and calm, and like, so this gentle hug where you can just feel so relaxed and safe and secure and not worrying about a thing, just relaxing, floating through the universe kind of feeling. You're not supposed to do anything, you're not supposed to be anything. You can just be like that, right? And things are taken care of. You are taken care of. I talked about like a little child, right? A little child. If you are accommodating what the child needs, meaning that if you have a child that is tired and it needs to sleep, you are accommodating, the mother would accommodate herself towards the child. Maybe even when she knows she has a lot of chores or a lot of stuff to do, she would accommodate herself to the child, allowing it to have a safe base, a safe place on her lap or by her breast or something. She would put herself, align herself with the quietness of sleep and calmness and everything. She would do that to accommodate and help the child to fall to sleep or to fall asleep. She would do that because she knows that it's helping, right? It's helping the child. So I talked about that maybe you are that one for someone. Maybe you have that energy, like a calming, soothing embrace, right? Where someone can feel quite safe and just express themselves and just relax. There's no tension, there's no pressure, there's nothing here. Or someone has this effect on you. Like maybe, like hugging a mother, right? That would be this, maybe like a slowly incoming feeling of being touched by something that is very gentle and kind and healing and quiet and slow and something like that. Something that can settle your mind, the spinning thoughts, right? I talked about in the reading that it could be something subtle, that you have to align with that, otherwise you won't recognize it in a busy world or day-to-day life. That you have to somehow settle down. If you're not settling down, you can easily miss it. You can easily overlook it and not even see the value in it, not even recognizing the value in it. I talked about that this can come from a person, it can be a place, it can be a memory that you have, it can be an animal, right? That you sit with a sleeping cat in your lap. It can give you a sense of calmness and just a relaxing feeling that actually transmits into your body as well, because they are allowing themselves to relax, right? They are allowing themselves to relax fully, and it kind of just spreads out this feeling of trust, right? Trust and security, and I feel safe here. That's why I can be like this. That's why I sleep. That's why I'm relaxed. And when I'm relaxed, I'm open, right? I'm open. I trust that the world around me is safe, right? I trust that I'm in no way in any kind of danger. My entire body is relaxing and everything. I have a deep good sleep, perhaps, right? When the environment is like that. So, but it can be easily missed in a very stressful day-to-day life. That's what I also said. I said that it's to align with it. You have to become like the mother, right? You have to align yourself with becoming very calm, becoming very relaxed, maybe listening to meditations, deliberately choosing time during the day where you sit and just listen to some calming kind of music, or you take a slow quiet stroll through the forest or something, you sit by the sea. You have to prioritize some of this, otherwise you can't align with it. You will stay in the spinning head, right? You have to get yourself in an environment that is calm, but then also do something. If you sit there and you're just, like procrastinating in old bad feelings, you're not really helping yourself necessarily to heal anything. But you may need to go through some of this stuff to understand your past, to understand your reactions, your choices, and everything, to have a rejuvenation later. That is what I feel like most people experience on a spiritual journey or an awakening journey. The dark night of the soul, we call it. But if you come through that one and you're not giving up on yourself, wanting a better life for yourself somehow, you will pass through it and get to a point where suddenly something very dark, shadowy, could actually be transformed into something of a blessing. Okay, the first card out here is from this deck. It's called Beyond Lemuria. And I feel like they look a bit like the Avatar people from the film. The blue people. Lemuria has always spoken to me personally. So it's a very yin-oriented environment, very feminine, very high vibrational, very beautiful, very light, very easy, very connected. With the Avatar people, we also see the connectedness they have with, you could say, the tree of life, everything around them, the illuminant essence of insects and things around them, the dragons that they have, strong connection there. It's an interconnected way of living with what else is around you. First of all, I believe that we need more of that in our life here on Earth and with each other, but also it's a yin-based experience. There's a lot of things they're doing, right, but not without the connection. The connection is important. Okay, so I have throat chakra here. Well, throat chakra is our throat. It's about, it says here, express your truth, speaking about what you believe in, speaking about what feels, or feels, looks, experiences as your truth. To an opening up of a throat chakra is probably what could be a good thing. It has a 7 to it, and 7 is usually a spiritual card, so there could be something about it, like a spiritual interest that you could speak about, or spiritual common ground with someone else, perhaps. where if you have this feeling of that you can be safe in this environment, you can actually express yourself here. That when we feel more safe, we express ourselves more freely. There are wings here, there's a butterfly, there's a mandala star here. Definitely something about transformation, growing wings, or connecting with the spiritual realm. The mandala points in different directions, so it could be that you're kind of receiving messages from, like different radio stations out there, or a star seed feeling to it, that you are inspired by many influences in the cosmos or on Earth. But you have a truth here that could be unique for you. And the butterfly is a symbol of transformation, cocooning, right? And then transformation into free flight. So you take off and become the butterfly, into your new life, perhaps, into releasing yourself from something that may have kept you stuck. I have the star here. The star is from this deck here, Archangel Power Tarot cards here. They always come with a sense of advice. So the star would be Aquarius energy. It would be the cosmic realm. It's again, if that is your truth, right? If you believe in astrology maybe, or that you are a starseed, or that you have some kind of link to angels or crystals or other kinds of stuff, that you feel guided by something here, connected with a star system maybe. It could be that there's something about speaking that and see what happens, right? Would people accept this about you? Would they understand? A dream come true. Believe in yourself. The end of a difficult situation. Yeah, it seems like maybe there has been a difficult situation. This talks a little bit about, I feel like it's something you should believe in, right? You should trust your vision here. If you have tried to visualize and manifest something, you should trust in it. With underneath the star card, we have door to personal healing and happiness. And we had these two doors shown in the pre-shuffle, right? That if you choose the personal healing and happiness here, maybe it's something like aligning with abundance, aligning with those doors to open somehow. But for those doors to open, as I said, it's like you need to align with the energy. The frequency you are on. If you're stressed out and all worked up and everything, you can't align with calm. They don't go together, right? If you're overstressed and you can't sleep and anything, aligning with the calm and bliss and trust and safety and relaxation, it's probably something that could take a bit of time to get that more into. You also have to choose it, I want to say. You have to choose to make an effort every day, perhaps. Devote yourself. That if you want to get out of this turmoil, as it says here, it's like the end of a difficult situation. If you want to get out of that difficult situation, you have to align yourself with what it is that you want. What we want is not necessarily what we get if we are not aligned with it. So like, or the inner part of you must make choices that adapt to that feeling, that adapt to this. I don't know what this is. Personal healing and happiness. If personal healing and happiness is rose-colored glasses and romance, right? You have to align to it. If this has to do with freedom, you know, like the butterfly taking flight here through this door, right? With new wings here, right? If the butterfly takes flight here through this door, it could be a sense of freedom. I'm free of something. It could be the feeling that I finally have peace from something. This idea of personal healing and happiness is yours alone. I don't know what this is for you, but you put in what that it means. But you see, it's like the door is open here. You can open it, but again, you have to align with it. I want to say it seems like what you're speaking here, what you're speaking and thinking, and what you're visualizing, the vision quest here, it could be something that has taken a while maybe, but it's like keep it going. It's going to bring you to somewhere that is more aligned with you. The vision quest is something about trusting and believing and visualizing what it is that you want to manifest. Speak what it is you want to manifest, right? Think it, like own it, become it, get one with it, trust it, and so on. It's something like that. Okay, so this card here is about the energy from the energy oracle cards here. And the last card here is from the mystical shaman oracle. And let's have a look here. Throat chakra, card number 7. So it says express your truth. It's about expression, communication, your own creative language, sharing your light, sharing your spirit, accepting your originality, truth, and authenticity. This chakra is the origin of expression. It is the source of the life spark that inspires our aliveness and stokes the creative fires in others. This is the outer sharing of our inner being, the glowing song of our soul, the glowing song of our soul, on the wings of our flight to understanding more of who we are. Connect to the cruise of your potential and take it further than you could have imagined. As spirit fuses into the tangible, it actualizes as a platform for greater experience, and new facets are sculpted, seeded, and shared as a fractal of light in the form of our own unique language. Be truthful with yourself about how you are really feeling. If you always act in integrity and follow your heart-centered truth, some unhealthy connections or aspects of your life may fall away, and you will be in complete alignment with your path. In this way, your internal psychic navigation system will become strengthened. Your purpose will be clear, and you will inspire others through the sparkle of your deep inner knowing. So there is something about a unique language that you may have. It could be light language, it could be your native language that can be used in a certain way. It's how you share your spirit. And it connects with a very vibrant mid-blue color, if that has been a theme in your life recently. This is about becoming very true about yourself, who you are, what you are, not hiding it. like really owning that this is me and this is who I am, this is what I like and this is what I dislike, and this is how I see the world, perhaps, right? The vision quest here, I feel like it links to the throat, right? That you have been on some kind of quest here to change something, I think. To open up your throat chakra, perhaps. To become ready to speak your truth without any kind of hesitation or... and if others don't like it, well, it's probably not really up to them, is it? They may not have a better truth than yours. We have a big moon in the background here, or planet. We also have one here in the background. I feel that could be significant. Moon energy, maybe another planet. Well, we have, for now, we have Jupiter is in Aries, a very big planet. Maybe you're trying to harness some of that energy. Jupiter in Aries is a very vibrant, very forward-driven, but also very strong-willed energy. It can bring a lot of abundance if you work with the energy. But if you get yourself stuck in old patterns and old blocks, I would say it's not a good time to get yourself too stuck in something. It's actually a better time now to think as positively as possible here during this time. That is where you can make the most of your life. That's how you can make the biggest changes towards whatever it is you want to have here. So be mindful about your thinking at this time. Keep them as light and easy going as possible, full of, light and hope and trust and whatever you can have. And if you don't have it towards others, then have it towards yourself. The essence of this card is, in the vision quest, you face your fears, embrace your morality, and then meet face to face with spirit. When we feel stagnant, a vision quest brings our lives into perspective. We realize our flaws, our potential, and the opportunities that life is now offering us. We remain on a vision quest until we find the key to open a new door and write a new chapter in our lives. Find charity by spending time alone in nature. If you live in a city, go for walks in a park. If you live in the country, make sure that you spend time outside in contemplation. Get off the couch, get away from your desk, go outside. Spirit helps those who help themselves. So set your intention and ask nature for a guiding vision for your life. Spirit has been trying to contact you, but received no answer. You are too busy with your life, and there is too much noise inside of your head. Exactly what I had in the other reading. Do not miss the call again. Make room for quiet time this evening. Allow yourself to become bored for a little while, and you will be able to hear the important message trying to get through. Yeah, this is a thing. We are not very good at getting bored. We're not very good at that nothing is happening in our lives. That it's slowed down to an absolute minimum. That is extremely boring for the ego mind. For the soul, it's beautiful, but the ego mind doesn't like it. And then we do something about it. We take action, we call people, we want to try to have a party, we want to have a get together and whatever. What I feel like here is like all the things that you want, they are available. It's just you have to align with it. I just feel like it is here, but slow down, right? Slow down and you will find it again. If, let's say you've been sitting inside for a long time here, maybe you should get out, right? see the sunshine, the birds, the little things out there. Find something nice in the little things. Because otherwise, the problem is with our brain is that it becomes addicted to more and more and more and more. So for a little child, the garden could be interesting because they have never been there before. So they are exploring the grass and the sun and the flowers and maybe a little bird or something, a butterfly or something. But eventually the garden is not enough. You've seen it so many times, it kind of becomes boring. As does the kindergarten to the biggest of the children. They have been there for years and they have explored every angle of that kindergarten playground. So when they get to school and they experience a different playground, now it's becoming exciting again. There are new things to learn, there are new things to experience here. But sometimes the boring, when we slow really down in the boring, we can hear stuff, right? We can hear something. We can go back into the garden again. We can look at the same grass. We can look at the same flowers. And if we allow ourselves, maybe we find a different beauty to them. Something we have totally ignored. Maybe it's the sound of something. Maybe it's the smell of something. Maybe it's the warmth on your skin from the sun or the wind. Maybe it's, if you're studying birds, maybe you find it suddenly interesting how they live, right? There's an entire universe to be figured out here, but we take it totally for granted, and most of us ignore it. We don't care about it. We are so absorbed in our own work and our tasks and shows and whatever. And that in itself can also become boring, right? That can be like the everyday shows that just keep repeating themselves. And that in itself can also become boring. So how do you get more excitement or more new stuff into your life? Well, especially if you're stressed out, the best way is not to get more stress. The best way is actually to find ways of relief, right? Ways of relief. And you don't get that by partying up and so on. It just becomes more and more. Eventually, you are drawn to more silent activities. And in the silent activities, you may find that it's boring. You may find, but I can't activate my brain here. This is too silent and too boring. There's nothing new here. There's nothing to be gained here. But there is something to be gained. It's just because your mind is asking, your ego mind is asking for something more intense, passionate, or I don't know, but for someone who tastes chocolate for the first time, it could be like a really thrilling experience of sugar, right? But if you have eaten this all your life, eventually some of the candy out there actually becomes boring. It doesn't fulfill this feeling of newness, or everything becomes boring somehow if you sit in it for a long time. So it's something about inventing something new, seeing with different eyes, exploring with different understandings. And I think you can do that if you're activating a sense of the star here, that could be maybe something like astrology, right? Maybe you're wondering, you're looking at the world totally different if you see it through the eyes of astrology or numerology or something like that. So this card was from the Archangel Power Tarot cards. Card number 17. This is a major arcana. Now it is time to have great faith and hope. This star shines in the heavens as inspiration and as an affirmative sign to you that your plans can be viewed with enthusiasm and confidence. If you've been experiencing challenges, you can rest assured that your difficulties will quickly fade into the past. This is the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's a star you can make a wish upon. The most important element for your success is believing in yourself. Archangel Jophiel can help you see how beautiful this moment in your life is. Feel inspired to make long-term plans and know that you will be successful. Yeah. So a dream may come true, renewed purpose, following your intuition and faith in yourself. Archangel Jophiel's name means the beauty of God. She excels at beautifying any situation or challenge that has arisen. You can also call upon Archangel Jophiel in times of joy and gratitude to help you anchor in your heart the positive energy of that moment. So what would that be with the throat chakra? Expressing something, a vision that you may have had for some doors to open, and with the help here, that, or the significance and knowingness that you are accelerating towards the end of some kind of difficult situation. Let's have a look at the drivers, the underlying energies here. Transformation. So for the throat chakra, I get transformation. That has definitely been a journey of transformation. I want to say throat chakra for me can also talk about identity, because we usually speak from the identity that we have. And it seems like something has been undergoing a transformation here. Like I said with the butterfly, the cocooning of something, and becoming ready to kind of spread your wings and show this to the world here. Okay, so the vision quest here, completion. Beautiful card to have here. That you are on, that you have been on some kind of journey here, or holding a vision for yourself, something you wanted to manifest for yourself, and the card here talks about as it's a driver card, so it's a card that seeks completion. It's looking for completion, right? And you have been on this quest here because you want something to be over, something to be done with, something to be a cycle that needed to be completed for something new to happen. So there's a strong sense of a strong driver here that wants something to end. Something that has been difficult should be ending. And that's the vision quest, right? That you have hope, trying to be holding a vision here of getting yourself out of something that it has always been a driver to complete this. That I want to take myself out of this, no matter how difficult it is. So for the Star card, I get the High Priestess here. Beautiful, definitely. Also a purple card. There's something about your crown chakra here. Very open crown chakra. So, yeah, powerful psychic insights, reflection, meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. So she has been a driver in you here, an inner knowingness that whatever you set on to heal here, it needed something very powerful from within you to complete whatever this is. And maybe you needed to awaken something here, figure something out about yourself, that you have some insights here, that you have ways of healing yourself here. Ways of healing yourself with different, again, by a High Priestess is usually, she's not speaking much about her process. She can be doing this, by herself. The process that she is, or the method or her ways, is hers alone. Secretive maybe. But powerful. Maybe you don't even know that this has been a thing, but I think that when the Star is here, it's definitely maybe also knowing that you are the star of your life, right? That you learning how to become, I wouldn't say that big, but that you see your own value here. Because to have the door opening here, you had to keep like your eye on the prize, I feel like. Through something difficult. Using maybe I don't know, like rituals or secretive psychic insights here to get you through something, to have a potential like this. There's definitely something here you want to say goodbye to. Some kind of, when I look at this card here, also a driver, right? Want to transform something. She sits here and kneels. And there is this serpent that is biting its tail here, like a wall or something. So if she was sitting in here, right, this feeling of breaking these chains or something, breaking out of something here, breaking out of the cocoon, right? Again, we have the cycle here. We have another one here, right? Breaking the, like this like a bubble or something, existing in some kind of bubble, and kind of wanting to expand or break it. And for that you needed to keep your eye on the prize here. That something could be gained by doing this, right? Instead, like that you could gain something from breaking these chains, from not sitting here anymore. That something could be gained. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. And you did so by trusting some kind of knowledge here, crown chakra, some kind of incoming messages, epiphanies, truths. And you are well on your way towards the door here for some kind of strong personal healing and liberation, I think, and a feeling of more happiness, ownership of your own life, and so on. I have patience at the bottom of the deck for the door here. So still patience is needed. This is the driver, being very patient with yourself, becoming very patient with learning patience with yourself. And patience means that you have to slow down, right? You have to become unattached to an outcome. You can't force anything. You can't control it. You have to leave it up to, well, the right vibration, right? To become attuned to this, you had to learn how to slow down. You had to give up controlling and domineering and enforcing something here. You had to like really just let it go. Trusting also here. Having patience is you trust in the divine timing, you could say. You trust in the universe to bring forth to you what it is that you're looking for here. Maybe you didn't even know that this is what you wanted, right? But because you learned how to have more patience with yourself, you realize that this is actually more what I want than my old life, perhaps. That I need that this is something that I needed. It's necessary in my life to balance me, right? But in order to align with it, I had to figure out this. This came out as a flyer in the other reading also. Patient card. Having patience with yourself. Having patience to learn how to slow down, right? And not constantly take action, not constantly like stress around and stuff like that. Can I have a card on this completion here? How it's kind of, and I'm kind of seeing, it's like there are these small arrows here, like it's almost like a compass, right? North, south, west, and east, right? Like this is a compass, but it's a compass that kind of, I feel like it's like when I look at her, she doesn't look that great, right? It's like maybe you feel like you've been swirled in all directions and you don't know which one is right for you. It could be that the compass that you had wasn't actually helping you much. It was keeping you cocooned. It could be the feeling that, the serpent, the snake is not always seen as a good card or as a good omen, right? It's something that can be tempting. Some see it as a good animal, and some see it as a bad omen, right? But it's definitely something about completing something, that something needs to end. Let's have a card on that, please. Can I have a card on that? Knight of Raphael. romantic, dramatic, poetic, introspective, committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. This, you could say, it seems like maybe you were engaged with someone who made your heart flutter, but it's romantic, dramatic, poetic, and introspective. It could be a relationship that left you feeling kind of stuck. When I look at the card, there's a bright blue sky here, but there's also more of a thunder on the other side. So it could be the feeling that whoever this might be, that there was potential for something, but there's definitely also potential for something else. It could be romantic, but it could also come with a lot of drama, right? It could come with poetry and a lot of introspection. So maybe you went in, maybe you got introspective, you thought a lot about something. Maybe you thought about committed relationship at such. Is that actually what I want, or do I feel like it binds me, that it's controlling me, it's just keeping me stuck somehow? If I get myself swept off my feet, is that what I want? If I'm not sure who I'm dealing with. Am I dealing with the beautiful bright sky here, or am I dealing with the thunder from someone, right? I want to look at the mystical shaman. Let's have a look at what this is. The 9. 9 also suggests ending, coming to an end of something. Numerology is 9, is the completion of something. All things have a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is the nature of life, the seed, the flower, and the fruit, and of all human relationships. Completion suggests the fullness of a moment and the need to transform an old form into a new one. You have finished a cycle, and there is no more growth or benefit from hanging on to the old. In regard to relationships, it is time to honor what has been and find a new form for the future. In your ventures, it is time to reap your harvest. Completion is a time of celebration. It is the end of summer when the fruit is ripe. Clinging to the old form will bring only decay. When fruit is left too long on the vine, it rots. You know that it's time to move on, yet are reluctant. Do not be afraid of hurting anyone's feelings. Remember that you are responsible for your actions, not the actions of others. Mourn what is lost so you can move on. Do not be sad. Be like the sun at midday, who shines brightly, neither longing for sunrise nor dreading the dusk. Yeah, so it definitely seems like the time of you being silent or not speaking who you are, or choosing your own identity, or you're choosing your own identity path, it seems like that is actually gone, or the transformation is already here, right? That's a driver. There's a transformation wish, and it's driven by something that wants to complete a cycle here. You speak more up about who you are, or you become more clear about your identity, the more and more you hold on to the quest of freedom, perhaps here. And you are using or becoming more aligned with some inner knowledge that you may have about who you are, and that you do have power here to manifest something else in your life. Maybe through astrology or some futuristic ways of thinking. Aquarius is futuristic in its way of handling and understanding the world, usually. It could be that you're using, as I said, crystals. Maybe you are using shamanic rituals, or you are like numerology, or astrology, or even other ways of, you could say, etheric, or maybe you are into synchronicities and working with, I don't know, runes, or palm readings, or anything that is different, right? Anything that is not, you could say, in the Western world at least, accepted. But it's because you have your eye on something here. And you are achieving it through patience. So again, maybe you just started this quest. Maybe you still sit here, right? But you want something to be different. Then I can tell you that keep your eye on some kind of price here, whatever that is for you. Again, it depends on what this is. The door here, what is in here? What is in here in this garden? That is personal to you, right? But keeping that eye on that price through whatever you are experiencing here, and you are learning, adapting, acquiring new knowledge, new truth, or new epiphanies, and that is helping you to align more and more with what it is that you want over here. Learning patience here. I feel like it's maybe not quite the same message as I did before when the camera just messed up, but there's definitely some of the same things going on here. Something about a difficult situation. You had to let go of something, let go of people, maybe. Maybe also embracing new people that actually give you a sense of this. They give you more of this, right? And you're recognizing it also with patience, that maybe people have patience with you. Like maybe they are allowing you to be exactly who you are here. And they're quite all right with that. Or you are quite all right with yourself, right? That the more and more you become real about something in you, the more patient you actually feel. You're not, rushing yourself into something. You're not expecting, you're not having all these, requiring, you're not setting up a lot of requirements with people, perhaps. Maybe you become more patient also. And the patience, this can be felt by others. You can feel it inside yourself, but this can also be felt by others here. And those who usually buy into drama, turmoil, and all this, they don't like this very much. They find it odd, right? Because we have to rush, we have to be quick, we have to take action, we have to do a lot of stuff here. We have to hunt, maybe, right? We have to be like the controlling part of something. But if you have patience here and you're not buying into that, you kind of de-armoring them. Whatever they are sending towards you doesn't have that effect anymore. it kind of just falls down. If you would buy into it, you would then become a co-creating with the drama, you could say, with the turmoil, with the quickness, with the love bombing, with the quick, passionate sex, and so on, right? You would get yourself involved with that because there's this drive and turmoil, and it's dramatic and poetic and big and passionate and something. But afterwards, it may feel empty somehow. Can I get a card on the door of personal healing here? Let's have a look. Okay, interesting. So I have the card Envy here. Envy. Yeah, it's interesting. It's just when I just did hold this up, I know she's standing inside some kind of I don't know, monastery maybe or something here. But I saw the curve of what is outside here, and it actually, again, it reminded me of something big here, of the cycle here in the background, the moon or the planet here, Jupiter perhaps here, really want to bring forth abundance. And look at how the coloring is. In here it's very black and she's dressed in black, and out here it's golden, right? Golden, beautiful light, with a lot of beautiful, is it a castle or something, flowers and something. It's an interesting thing because when I look at these, like she's looking out here, and this is the door that wants to open. These areas here have a similar vibe to it, right? The golden doors and the sunshine and everything here. But then there's this envy thing, and this more black downsizing, like lack oriented. When people feel lack, they usually become envious, right? They envy someone who can live here where the sun is always shining, right? And that could be something that you have been struggling with maybe here. That a part of the difficult situation could be that people would be envious of you. And like when people become envious, they can betray you. They can call you names. They can leave you hanging, right? They can. They have a difficult time accepting that you choose something else. So maybe a difficult thing in your process here has been about envy from other people. Maybe you were fearing that they would judge you, that they wouldn't, that they would stand in your way, that they would become critical and not supporting you. Maybe they have been envious all the time because a part of you has always somehow had this in you, and they don't have this, but you do. Right? You have a way of imagining something, or even a way of maybe manifesting it here, but they don't. Like they don't have it. And if you grew up with people like that, they wouldn't understand why you are changing something here. They would prefer you to stay here, right? They would prefer you to stay with them in the darkness here, right? They would prefer that. But that is not what your soul wants, right? The soul growth for you has to do with liberating yourself. I see it like that. So one of the difficult things for you here may have had to do with other people's envy, other people's judgment of what you were trying to do. Leaving the group or completing something here, right? Not letting you allowed to be small because others were envy of your light, perhaps. Envious of your light. That you're not letting others like put you down like that. So it says lack and dissatisfaction. This card shows a woman holding a huge pearl in one hand and platter of coin and pearls in the other. She stands in a silver room looking out at the golden city on the horizon. She has a life of value already, but she ignores that and longs for the shining prosperity she sees elsewhere. Instead of feeling happy and fulfilled, her desire for more only causes a deep sense of lack and dissatisfaction. And that energy shows in her dress. This card, upright, is telling you to let go of the jealousy and acknowledge the blessings you already have in your life. Now is the time to shift your focus. After all, when you envy others, it only attracts more to them, not you. Notice all that you have and thank the universe for it. If this card is near the appreciation card in your spread, the message is doubly important. Note, it is time to move from a consciousness of lack to one of value. With this shift, all things change. So this is interesting. Again, she has already the potential to just go out here. The doors are open. But she still, with an ego expression or ego mind, still wants more. And when she wants that, she still hangs on to the lack of something. So this is in your mind, again, something you can change in your mind, but it comes with the appreciation, right? It comes with the appreciation of the little things. I have said that already. The little things. As I said, we become more and more addicted to more and more. The older we get, the more complicated our mind works, the more addicted we get to the more glittery, the more shiny, the bigger holidays, the bigger cars, the bigger house, the bigger accomplishment. There's always something out there that seems more glittery, instead of actually appreciating what we do have, what is available, what is here, what is flowering, what is blossoming, what is good, what is safe, what is secure, what is... But because to a certain extent our brain becomes bored with that. But that's actually when you are aligning more and more with abundance and contentment and satisfaction, whereas this is keeping you in the search mode, right? It's keeping you addicted to the non-happiness, right? It keeps you addicted to the newness or the things that you haven't gotten yet, right? That the green is always the grass is always greener on your neighbor's lawn, right? But what if it isn't? What if a lot of things in your life are actually very good already? And the more we align with contentment, the more we align with, I'm actually really happy with my existence. I'm actually really content where I am. Then that's what the universe is hearing. Okay, she's content, she's happy. Let's bring her some of the good stuff, right? But when we are constantly like leaning towards what the carrot out there that we haven't gotten yet, it's always in front of us. We are chasing something. So chasing something that is already maybe with you, right? Just because the ego voice says, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more. So this was actually an interesting card to have here. I'm glad I took it, because it makes sense. And that's also why her color, the color of her dress is like this, right? It's because you're constantly seeking more thrill, more satisfaction, more. But what if you took a look around you, what's actually available here is good, right? That could actually also be what's freeing you here, right? That maybe you're not really changing like your living situation. Maybe you are still living in the same place, but you're changing the way you're thinking about something. Maybe you actually become more and more humble about how you grew up or how you existed, or maybe you realize that maybe it was not that bad. It was just me always wanting, seeking, searching, hungering for something new. It was my adventurous side. It was my ego that never got satisfied, right? I kept searching for something more intense or passionate or difficult or whatever, dramatic here. But actually, if I'm honest with myself, I'm realizing that it's not all that I want or need. I also need the healing, the happiness, the calm, the place where I'm safe and sound and just can relax. I don't have to live up to any kind of expectations. I can just be myself here. That is of utmost importance also. And when I do that, I actually align more and more with something comfortable, with something nice, with something that I'm satisfied with something I have respect for, perhaps also, something I'm honoring, instead of constantly being on the quest for something here. I think it's important to have a certain quest, but be mindful about what kind of quest, maybe, right? Always striving for more. More what, I would say. What is it that you may be striving for here? I think you have gotten yourself a good way. Like it seems like a good story with the patience and the door, like the recognition of this. Like this has suddenly some kind of priority in your life where maybe it hasn't had that. Maybe you have been quite absorbed in this story, right? And you're seeing that clearly perhaps now. That what you have done in the past is probably not really recognizing the abundance that was there, right? It was right there out the door. But you kept like sitting here and were not satisfied with that. That was too boring. It was too easy, or it was too, or constantly striving for something else. But it kept you in a lack mentality. Okay, this is what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope this helped somehow. I hope you you take care of yourself, relax, and maybe become very much aware of this, and actually take a look out the door. Did you actually take a look out the door here? What could be there for you, right? That could be fun and beautiful, right? And peaceful perhaps, and beautifully smelling and colorful, and how vibrant that is, right? And appreciative of the more subtle, peaceful, relaxing pauses in your life, right? Where you can let yourself, your thoughts just drift a little bit. Be content with that. If you have peace in your country, right? If you have food on your table, be grateful for that. If you have a nice home, a shelter, stop the constant striving for more and more and more and more and more, right? It's really not giving you that satisfaction, and it will be a quick one. It will be a quick dopamine release, and then you're on the quest again, then you're searching again here. Yeah, this is what I have. I hope this helped. Take very good care of yourself out there, everyone. I send you my best. Love and light. Bye-bye.